cursor is so massive.
That's an artifact of something else.
Holy shit!
I could tell you about that too, but not on stream.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'll give you back the correct screen.
Yeah, you're fine. I noticed two things from your OBS there. One, you've been streaming for a very long time because you have Skype/Discord as one of your audio inputs.
I don't think I ever actually used Discord or Skype for it. I just have it there.
And I seeing your OBS made me very aware that our panels are set up very differently, and I didn't think that would bother me, and now it does.
That's actually a little different, actually. Yeah, this is not even the full thing. I can show you the full thing, the stream mode thing. That's just for capturing.
Yeah, whenever you have
stupid redundancy. Anyway, we have one viewer. We're not talking to them, but
hello,
Jeff has not woken up yet. Yeah, you're not talking to one viewer yet in the green room.
Wait, is your one viewer not Stream Elements?
I don't think so. I don't use Stream Elements.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what
I
one
do.
viewer is. I should set that up. It could be me. I could be the one viewer because
it took me an hour. Getting Stream Elements set up took me an hour.
I actually have some resources treated for Stream Elements, but I haven't started using it.
Background of my chat see-through. Hi, Jeff. Enjoy your burger.
YouTube burger. All right,
I'm a big fan of the
Twitch burger. Sorry.
I'm a big fan. We're gonna talk over each other all night. It's gonna be awful.
It's true.
I'm a big fan of
like banned from the whole show forever. I should put in auto ducking on your audio source whenever mine is active. I should set that up, but I don't have guests.
Genuinely could do that. Yeah.
I could do that, but I haven't.
I'm enjoying
I'm just warning you.
The movement of a lot of people who are not playing like active action-packed games where the second an ad hits, they like pause their stream completely. And I'm a really big fan of that because I think it's really cool, and I need to set up that functionality so that I know when Jeff is coming and I can pause the action. Jeff
I don't think you have to worry about that because you're not an affiliate. Oh, according to Jeff.
Wishful thinking.
According to Jeff, you shouldn't have a problem. I don't trust Jeff.
Thinking.
I think Jeff is definitely not being truthful
Of my 2 active viewers, not counting yourself, I have not heard anybody complain about an ad, so...
Good. I mean, I have complainers, but also they complain when I, yes, I know, I did that. It's so for the next 6 hours maximum, we don't have that problem. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, supposedly.
After the first 20 or 30 minutes, though, pre-rolls will happen. I can't do anything about that.
There you go.
No, I don't think I get no pre-rolls because I didn't opt into the program. They changed the way that works. I would have to run like a minute of ads every 30 minutes to not get pre-rolls for only part of that time. Oh, I didn't.
Pre-rolls is like as soon as you click your stream, I get an ad. Yeah. That is the worst. And if I see like a really cool stream, I'll like immediately follow, and just because like I want to bookmark it basically, and then I immediately get hit with an ad, and I don't get to hear the person be like, "Oh, thank you." And it sounds silly, but like hearing that is genuinely helpful. I don't know. Whoa, the music sped up? That was weird.
I think it got weird because I was interacting with something.
I think we got laggy.
Yeah, I think so too. Cool. That's not right. I should be fine. If you're fine, you're fine. Yeah. The chat's not working.
Should I have your chat up? There we go. Boop. Chat here.
We got one chatter. Well, color me confused. You're still not live. We got 15 seconds of burger break. You are. I will tell you when to say hello, and you will sit there and be good.
I'll take direction. Okay.
Take stage direction.
Oh no, I was a techie. I've become what I hate, an actor.
Correct. Get out. I mean, get in. Get somewhere. Alright, we're technically liveable. That's okay for you.
Liveable? Yeah, go for it.
Liveable.
I'm
going to come out of the green room first. I'll intro you without you being able to talk, and then you can talk.
Okay.
First, I gotta cancel the darkness.
I can't.
Actually,
I
I'm
can't
gonna
wait
leave
for
it
this
on.
to be horrifically awkward.
Oh, it will.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm walking awkwardly into a movie theater.
All right. I'm gonna turn on the lights soon, but I'm here. This is a weird, stupid experimental thing that is literally only because a friend of mine asked me to do a thing, and I said, okay, but how can we make it even more of a train wreck? And that is what we're doing now. I have decided to maximize the collateral damage to everyone, especially me, especially to him and his game. And also, I have him here to be attacked by your viewing eyes. Say hello. Dance for me.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm from Scratch Software.
You are? I thought the software was
that's
what
me.
you made. I thought you made the from scratch software. I'm gonna call you Scratch.
You can call me
because that's
Scratch.
what your chat says. Your chat
you know,
identity
you
says
say
that, you are.
but when I changed my name, people started saying from scratch when I would talk in Twitch, and that started to really bother me, and I had instant regrets.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, okay. Look at the word, the collection of letters that I chose for my name forever ago. How on earth is anyone supposed to know that they should call me Joe? You think
in my
about
defense, you were introduced to me as Joe.
Yes,
from
so that helps.
Scratch.
That's correct. You may call him that also. Let me turn on the lights.
Imagine
also, my hotkeys aren't working on this one, so I'm going to do it one at a time. Yeah,
it's not that I regret
Sleepy Sprout
username.
ZZZ regrets his username every day.
I'm
sorry, ZZZ.
Per se.
Or
it's
also, we have a special
realizing I've made a
background
mistake.
for today. All right.
Joe, you've done... I think you've done more work setting this stream up than I did on this game.
Cool. I like to hear that. That's exactly what we're here for. All right, so please begin by explaining. Say what you want to say about this thing before we look at it.
Oh, yeah, okay. So this is Ik Bin M. Ik Bin is what I call it. The name is a pun. If you don't get it, I will explain it later. This was my...
No, explain it now. I want to know.
But it's spoiler.
Or is it a spoiler? Okay,
yeah,
spoiler. Okay,
spoiler.
You can wait. I will tell you what I know as an uninvested party who can't spoil anything because I haven't seen the end of the game.
Okay.
I know enough German that Ich bin is I am.
Yes.
Is there anything else that I can do to butcher this for you?
There are two puns in this title.
So am I supposed to say the M, Ich bin M, or is it like...
I leave that up to you. The M is there purely for the second pun.
So this is like the developer of Balatro doesn't know how to say Balatro? I
say Balatro because I'm a heathen and I have never heard it said out loud until
I'm
just
going
now,
with
actually.
what research I did into Latin and Italian, since it's specifically Italian for fool.
I'll be honest, I didn't
But
know
it wasn't
that.
designed as such.
I didn't know that, but that makes a lot of sense.
It's that game everybody loves that I'll go back to playing one day, I swear. But I did really badly in my first session, so I have other roguelikes to play. And then I'll loop back around.
I'm very harsh with roguelikes, but Balatro, whatever,
Balatro
is so amazingly easy to just play that I love it.
It is. But it's also amazingly easy that's like, wow, I haven't done anything, and it's been like 3 hours.
Yes, yeah, it's a total time sink.
So this is exactly a roguelike. This is not a roguelike.
This is not a roguelike. Yes, I appreciate strategists getting us ADHD back on track.
I'm not going to explain it to you. You explain it.
So this is my submittal to Pirate Software's game jam. He does 2 jams a year, one in July and one in January. I did my first game last July. It was an absolute train wreck. I went out of scope. Everything was bad. When I was done, a buddy of mine talked me into like, hey, do a prep game. Make the game that you think you're going to make in January now. Just kind of practice it, rehearse it, figure out like what works, what doesn't work. Get an idea of what you want to do first. Kind of like an outline when you're writing a paper. Then came January, I made this. The theme of that game jam was You Are the Weapon. And so I made this game, and if the interpretation of that theme is lost on you, I will happily and sadly explain it.
I have a feeling that before shortly into the stream, I am the weapon. So you get out of my way.
Yeah, you are the weapon.
In more ways than one.
But yeah, no, that's it. I basically made like a very bare bones platformer. Very Thomas Was Alone, just rectangles on screen, getting the code and the works on that to work, so that when it came time for January, I could start from scratch, which is where the name came from.
Good pun. We're gonna wrap back around to that over and over again.
Oh yeah, I see it everywhere now. I hate it. But I started a new project, blank, and I was able to use that preparatory project as kind of a framework to base it off of, and then it kind of was allowed to expand. And unlike my first project, I wasn't scrambling to keep it within scope. I was actually scrambling to expand it because it was very simple. As to what I did on this, I did the writing and I did the coding, the actual development. All of the art assets that you see in here that are good looking are not mine. They are a guy named Penny's, whose information I do not have, but it's on my channel.
Nice.
And the assets that look like shit are mine.
Extra nice. Also nice.
Yeah.
All right,
but
so...
no, this is not a roguelike or roguelite, although I have plans for one.
Yeah. I feel like those would be very difficult to just, on a whim, sit down and make. I think,
unfortunately, a lot of people are kind of trying to do that because I think incorrectly
it's
at its surface level.
For at least a decade now that people have been trying to ride that wave. So.
Yeah.
Your statement is correct, but it's been correct for.
Well, I think when you look at it, roguelikes themselves are by definition they're basically very nearly just arcade games, more or less. They're just usually a little more complex. And I think that the people who are getting into game dev right now are of an age where they remember that. And I don't think it's like a nostalgia concept, but they're like, no, wait, I know how a roguelike works. I can make that. And then they realize that it's a lot.
It is a lot.
It is a lot.
It's actually scary. On a lot of levels. It was so much better for the development of indie, or the generation of indie game devs that rose to, I want to make a Super Metroid. That would be way more direct. Then they got to get into sequence breaking and all kinds of other weird stuff. So there you go. We make our own hell. We are our own jailers.
I don't even know what sequence breaking is.
So, you know how, like, if you go to play Super Metroid, you're supposed to get weapon A to let you get to weapon B. If you can use some kind of intentional or otherwise ability in the game to skip that order, you can sequence break and finish the game in a completely unintended way, or intended. So there are some, like the most famously on rails Metroid of all time was Metroid Fusion. There's an actual case where you would otherwise just soft lock yourself, and the game has a scripted scene says, you weren't supposed to do that. Let me get you out of this problem. Go back and get on track now. I acknowledge your effort, but don't do this again.
What was the Metroid that got remastered on, I want to say, the Game Boy Advance? I think.
That was Metroid 1 to make Metroid Zero Mission. That has a lot of interesting stuff.
I played Zero Mission.
Zero Mission has things in it. Like, there's a special ending, like, splash screen, specifically for getting, like, a speedrun, like, under 10% completion hard mode. So they knew that people would do this, and they designed the game to let them do this.
Nice.
So people like that game a lot more than Fusion as a result.
I really enjoyed Zero Mission. I've never played another Metroid game. I was a Sony kid growing up, so the SNES was my friend's brother's, and we were not allowed to play it. So I was never able to. Yeah, he was very.
For me, it was every other kid on the street has a PlayStation. If you want to play something, you can play that. But also, they have terrible taste in games, so maybe you don't want to do that.
Yeah. No, I always became very aware of, like, who the Nintendo kid in my neighborhood was, because
I had
loved
more
my
fun with the
PlayStation,
demo
but I wanted to
discs
play Mario Kart.
at those houses than the actual games that they owned.
I miss demo discs.
They had some really interesting stuff on demo discs.
I know there's a
PS1.
I know there's like a horror game that is like built in the framework of a demo disc, and I think that's such a cool idea. I want to do something with that at some point.
Are you talking about the one that got delisted from PSN?
Maybe, I don't know.
It was called PT. It was the Silent Hill reboot that was
no. This was actually like a whole game where the framework was you're playing an old 90s demo disc, but each little game that you're playing is a vignette of a larger story or something cool like that. If I recall the name of it, I'll send it to you.
Nice.
Anyway, you should hit play.
I should hit play.
See if the first
button
actually works.
The first button works. We can look at a different screen while we talk for another 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not going to start. There's this nice little help thing.
Don't call that nice.
Directions.
It's awful.
Super nice. Apparently, it also contains lies. Tell us which of these are lies.
Let me make sure it's the only. No, it all looks good except for I just saw this. Jumping on enemies will not delete them when they're jumping on stunned enemies will not delete them. That is old stuff that I did not notice to get rid of. So we're already.
The one thing I noticed, and this might just be the amount of space allocated to it, when you see the camera pause, the Xbox button control is not there. It just says PS triangle XB, and then nothing. I'm assuming it's Y because Y is a triangle. You're lucky that I speak all controller formats. I will just curse them because the layouts and glyphs have been competing with each other since time immemorial, and it makes me afraid, legitimately afraid to use a Nintendo controller on PC because it's going to be registered as an Xbox controller, and the XBAY or ABXY is going to be all flipped around. But that's okay.
If it helps. Initially this was just a list of PlayStation controls, and my buddy bullied me. It's like, hey, you have to care about the Xbox players too. A lot of people will use Xbox, and also computers will default to Xbox sometimes.
I say it is the default assumption, which I will
I was like, okay, that's fair.
I will never stop hating. When I played Xenoblade yesterday, I had to deal with the fact that my muscle memory had defaulted back to Monster Hunter from playing for like maybe an hour earlier that day. So, it ruined me. All of my B's were A's and all of my A's were B's. So
I would like to, in advance, apologize to your chat, because this will divulge into you and I screaming at each other as we proceed to interrupt and talk over each other all night.
Good.
Yeah, that's guaranteed. That's going
That's
to
why
happen.
This is a thing.
So this was, I can't speak for my artist, but I do believe this was very heavily Shodan inspired, I think, obviously.
I can see that.
Shodan's System Shock, right?
As far as I know, I have never played System Shock. I have never played it. I believe it's already been remade at least once, so I've never played that either.
I think that's true. There's too many games. I no longer feel nostalgic for the games that I haven't played. If it looks good, I will reach out and play it. But
that's cool.
I can't do the that's a series I'd love to revisit. Oh, there's so much other stuff.
All right, so just to make sure, I'm using the 4 face buttons, the D-pad, and maybe pause and restart. Good. So I can make sure I understand. Jump is A, that makes sense. The attack is X, that makes sense. Use. I will try to remember. That's the B button. Okay.
Should be circle on PlayStation.
Well, for B and circle, that's fine. It shows right there.
Yeah.
And then the camera pause. I'm gonna try to use the camera pause because I know you love that feature, and some people apparently never find it or don't figure it out.
Yeah, that was
I feel like it deserves some time in the sun. So we've got music volume.
I'm so glad those bars line up.
Oh, look, credits! Here's your credits! We've got stuff!
Yeah!
I could have made us look at credits while we were talking.
No, that's true.
But yeah, the things that you said, minus any amount of contact information, which we will get to someday. We're gonna forget. We're gonna be terrible people, and it's gonna be engraved in the record that we forgot and are terrible people.
My buddy Jeff, he's from the Game Maker Studio Discord, and this is going to be my shout out. That if anybody here is interested in using Game Maker, it is free to use until you decide to commercialize your product, and then it's a one-time $100 fee. I have not made use of that yet, but that is appealing to me. But mainly, I would like to shout out their Discord. This Discord has a tech support setup where there's, I think, 6 channels that are idle, they're dead. And then the second you go into one of those channels and you send a message, it moves to active, and everybody who has like the rubber ducky tag gets pinged with it. And someone will show up to give advice and help you and see what they can do to help you figure out your code. The camera alone on this game, a guy named Pixelated Pope spent 7 hours and 4 actual days walking me through not just coding the camera, but making sure I actually understood it so that I could utilize it for this game. Like, I've thought about going to Godot. I've thought about going to even Unreal or maybe Unity. I'm not sure. But the thing that I keep sticking around for
the way you ordered that
Unity's snafu, as we'll call it, is the reason I got GMS. So I understand. I think they walked that back, but
yes, but also it's important to know that any one of these big players could make that mistake again anytime.
Yes.
Whenever they feel like it. The only thing that keeps them from doing it again or for the first time or whatever is their collective fear of the extreme fallout that happened when Unity did it. So that's cool. I love that's our house of cards we live in.
Yeah, it sucks. But that Discord is honestly what's keeping me around. Like, even right now, if I didn't know how to get rid of the message that my cat left there at the bottom of my credits, I could send a message to that Discord and it would automatically start that cycle of like,
so that's an artifact of your co-development team. Got
it. Yeah, that's
the
cat.
I was wondering if that was a secret message that only you understood, but thank you for explaining it before I got to that.
No, that's my cat face rolling my keyboard.
That's good. That's a good thing to have in there. You need to get that on everything. Everything should have a cat message.
Yeah. I think maybe it'll be a thing.
Good.
I will point out another possible lie. I don't think in the help screen, I don't think the back button or the select button actually restarts the game. There is a method to restart the game, but I think you have to do it through the menu.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Well, we'll see. I have a feeling that nothing will go exactly the way intended, and I'm going to forget this
I can't wait for
anyway.
you to find bugs that I'm not aware of.
You can't possibly hire quality assurance better than this. This is the only way. If I will do everything, including and up to the things that I'm not supposed to do until it's time to do the right thing, then I can. Even though this is a platformer, and the objective is to clear the screen and move on. So I may have a different idea of how that works, but we'll see.
Very good.
I don't know yet. We can't know. I want to try to unsee what I saw while you were developing this, because I didn't think we were going to do this back then. That was just something I wanted to see and listen to because I thought it was neat. But that's cool.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to having good Discords. Who would do that? I don't know what a good Discord is. I don't have one of those. I have a Discord, but it's not good because I don't feed it. I lock them in the dungeon and say, you will get the scraps and the notifications and you will not complain. So anybody who can run a good Discord with good features, that's good. So a life lesson for us all to live by. I will not remember it at the end of this sentence. Cool. All right, we should actually play the game. Otherwise...
Truly you are a benevolent leader.
Yes, otherwise the chat may riot or just be confused forever. They probably won't riot. I took away their torches and pitchforks. But they can still have a lot of bad time influence. So there you go. Let's play a game.
Are you gonna go dark mode?
Should I?
That's up
Should
to
I
you.
not?
It's your show.
I think that was mostly for the effect, but we'll think about it.
I will say the green eyes kind of blends in with the game.
Oh, you mean dark mode is in turn out the lights?
Yeah, your little yeah.
All right, by popular guest demands. So like this, or should I turn off the glyphs too?
Oh no, that's I think that's up to you.
I almost never have the effect on and the background on at the same time, so this is different.
I think it looks kind of cool.
All right, I'm getting into character or
Okay.
something. You'll all figure out what I mean by that later. Unfortunately, for you. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it's unfortunate for me. I did not review the script, so we'll find out. All right. That was ominous.
That is a sound effect that I still regret.
Okay, so this is me, right?
Oh yeah. Your chat doesn't know about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're springing it on them right now.
If any character in which that icon in the top left is present. Yeah.
That's what I thought, but also it's confusing me because you didn't say there was a character named System. I'm messing with you, but also. So just to explain what's going on here,
we had that conversation.
Yeah, I as the extortion, the mutual extortion for having this collaboration happen, I agreed to a one-off remark when it was being developed that I would end up voicing this character, and I didn't think we would get this far, and I would have to, regret those words in any way. But it's fine. I have no idea what's going to be said. I'm just going to read, and I will let my director tell me if I'm doing it wrong. But I don't know. He seems easily impressed. Nobody
bully your friends. It gets things done.
All right, so I'm going to try to recreate whatever it was you liked that was different than what I liked or what I thought. So I will be directed. T-minus 10 minutes until impact. Is that fine?
Yeah, no, sounds great. Yeah. Right, that's right. I'm the other character.
You have to be everyone else.
Okay. Something's wrong. I can't do two voices, so for the other guy, we're screwed. We've lost contact.
You could just be the same voice. They're basically the same guy.
They are, in fact.
Apparently.
We've what? Did they intercept? What's happening?
See, you get to talk like a human. I'm jealous.
Working on it, I don't know, but something is definitely there that shouldn't be.
Begin. Boot sequence. I am online. Directive. Destroy target. Function. Terminate. Directive.
We might have a problem here.
Instance create. Directive. Directive. Begin manual override. Shutdown sequence. Oh god, what have I agreed to?
Yeah, no. So this is just tutorial text. We can skip this.
I did. Okay, so do I have to? I don't have to read the tutorial.
No. This is just tutorial text. This is just giving you. So what
I just saw the wall of text with a bunch of punctuation and thought,
no.
This could get terrible.
No. It's just
tutorial
text.
I actually ignored the directions.
So what it was saying was that go up to a binary gate and press use. It'll open the door or unlock the.
These are my controls.
Yep.
Oh, this is that function
won't
you
work
like.
In this room. Yeah.
Damn.
There you go. Now it works. What's it doing? Hard to say right now. The system is definitely compromised, but whatever it is, it's just now booting up. Hasn't finished its initial cycles. Do we abort? No way can we abort. Can't you do something? System is unresponsive. Aren't there countermeasures? Of course there are countermeasures.
It's my turn again. So Maiden's is saying that I don't voice Toad in Mario Party. Apparently I don't have to do a voice. The director said that I have to just do exactly what I normally do. I am the character. If I try to play Toad in Mario Party, I might burst my larynx. So,
Man, I haven't thought
difference.
about that. So I know I've joked about you voicing, this, a cybernetic entity of some kind, but Toad makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah, well, it's a running joke when we play Mario Party, so
Good.
Everybody suffers equally. All right, the aside is over. Now I will continue being robot. What a stretch for me. Alert, initializing, intrusion, countermeasure, electronics. I didn't get that right, but all right.
Nah, you're fine. Someone get me Washington.
Oh, this is more. I was about to read the controls.
No, anything that says function. So it's just telling you jump.
Yeah, I can attack, I can jump.
If you attack, you'll stun somebody. If you jump on somebody stunned, it'll delete them temporarily. Which is
this
still
part the lie, or is this true?
That is still technically a lie, but it is less of a lie than the menu text.
All right.
This guy is actually here. This guy's actually here so that you can test that on him. So if you want to attack him and then jump on top of him, it'll make sense.
Okay. Yeah, see, it's still written in code. I was hoping not to have to read something like this, but there you go. It's a tutorial.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to write the tutorial text a little bit like GML, which is the game maker language.
Right.
I don't know how true that is.
It's a good touch, even if it's not totally accurate. It's for readability and flavor.
Yeah, and also because I only had so much space on the rectangle.
Yeah, well,
so
you're using it.
Saving characters. Yeah.
You're very much using it. All right, so now we're back. We're back in. Oh, that probably reacts to the amount of time I wasted in the previous room.
You've got time.
I've wasted 14 seconds and the game knows it. T minus 9 minutes 46 seconds until impact. Oh, here I am.
And now.
Oh, whoop. Great.
So while he's glitched out like that.
Whoa. Okay.
So
now he's making weird sound down there. Yep. All right, cool.
And he respawns. So.
Oh. It's like one of them Marios. Except more steps, which is alright. Cutscene.
Join the Thor missile program, they said. That's a joke. It'll be fun, they said. No better way to spend the 60s.
Oh, is that when this takes place?
So, actually, this was my artist doing. So, the initial concept of this game was thought of by my artist, and I'll elaborate on that maybe a little bit when we're done. But he's the one who actually found out that there was, in fact, a missile program in the 60s called the Thor missile program. And since Pirate Software's middle name is Thor, we decided to put it in. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. But also, this graphical technology would have blown the minds of the 60s people. This is easily even better than what the 80s had.
Oh, yeah, definitely, like, a little bit. Stop making jokes and fix this. ICE is responding, mutating to match threat. So, it's foreign. It's not a malfunction. Washington is going to want to know. Unknown at this time. Would ICE respond if it's internal? Unknown at this time. Could be some kind of software pirates.
I see what you did there.
I put in this. Yeah.
I see what you did there. I didn't know before I knew about the background of this, but now I know.
Being on hold to be connected with POTUS is not the time for jokes.
Is it though? I think it is.
Yeah. It is a better time than being on the phone with him, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. T minus 8 minutes 57 seconds until impact. Oh, we're moving.
Yep. Now,
platforming.
If you do the camera thing,
whoop.
You will pause that timer.
I would do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good so now you can freely look around and kind of.
This would have been nice to know before I jumped off of the platform, but that's okay. I already knew it. I just didn't use this information. Oh, this looks treacherous.
So this is when I was prepping for this, my artist gave me a few restrictions. One of them was he wanted us to make something tiny. Now this screen is blown up, but like this is actually being displayed at like 160 by 144 pixels, whatever.
That's
the hell
actually
the Game
correct.
Boy...
I know that because I recently started doing Game Boy Donkey Kong, so I'm well aware of the restrictions and the resolution of the system. So
now, obviously, we didn't pay attention to that. We've got more colors than Game Boy. We've got there's fades. There's alpha value fades in here, which Game Boy can't do.
The timer at the top is also higher resolution.
Actually,
as are the little the text boxes.
All of our text is not workable.
Which is why I wanted to make sure that it was legible when I did it on OBS, which is why everything is blown up. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to read any of it.
Yeah.
But, you know, not just blown up, but what we're seeing game-wise is blown up because if I tried to play this in the original resolution of the gameplay, then blow it up after, then you wouldn't be able to read anything.
Probably not, no.
There's that. So I had to do some math for this. Please applaud that girl does math. Girl does math a lot. Yes, girl math.
But when I was, I went through a deep dive, like Game Boy era platformers, specifically platformers, because I was like, how the hell do you do a platformer well with that tiny of a screen? And like, I have vivid memories of playing platformers on that tiny of a screen as a child, but as an adult, I'm like, no, that's impossible. How do you do that? And I remember
depends on the game.
Wario Land stuck out. Mario the 6 golden coins, I think it is, stuck out.
Baines was playing that last week, so he's right
Donkey
here.
Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country kind of killed my soul because I experience with Donkey Kong Country, it's so vivid and colorful, and the sound is so like bombastic and punchy, and all of that is lost on the Game Boy version. It's actually quite sad.
Have you ever played Donkey Kong Land? Because I have.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
It's the first attempt to take Donkey Kong Country and put it on Game Boy before they started actually trying to remake Donkey Kong Country on Game Boy.
That might have been what I played actually then.
It has some of the most obnoxious music, but it also has Big Bad Boogie, which was actually the same song as Blast Core on the N64 used for some of their bonus stages. It's a really catchy song.
I think I played maybe 20 minutes of about 30 different platformers.
Okay.
2 of them stuck out. One was Aladdin, which I have vivid, fun memories of the SNES version. Not a good port for Game Boy. And the other one was Kid Icarus, which I've never played Kid Icarus before.
I have yet to get to that. I have an ongoing upload project where I co-op played it with one of our chatters. Co-op in quotation marks. The NES one.
From what I experienced with Kid Icarus, it seems to be primarily a vertically scrolling platformer, but it has this camera where when you pause the game, you can move the camera around a little bit, and I've never seen anything like that before. And I was like, that's a really cool thing. And
that is the crux of why we are staring at the screen and talking instead of playing. Which is good. I like that we have this context. This is a really cool feature.
I think it's
I feel like I have seen it before, but having never played the game you're talking about, I don't know what game it was.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a mechanic that I want to revisit in like a future platformer at some point, because I think it's really neat to have a zoomed in platformer with this free moving camera. And if you go away from this camera and you're away from the character, it should snap back to you.
Oh, we should test that. That way I can figure out, first of all, what I'm doing here, and also try to break the game.
You should be looking around. So there's your door.
I should be, but I wasn't.
There's your gate. That's what you need to open the door.
I do have a question. As a player, these gates, why is it necessary to press a button when I activate it instead of just activating it when I get close? I'm just curious.
On touch? So initially, you actually had to do that for both the door and the gate. Frankly, you have to do it for the gate because I I had that framework built, and I moved it away. I moved away from it for the door, but not the gate.
Yeah.
So laziness mostly.
So I will say that when you were testing it, when you were making it, I just assumed it was on contact. But now that I'm playing it, I have this button that is reserved exclusively for that, which is fine. But it does make me ask the question.
That's true. You're right. It is just that does it. Okay.
It is.
No, that's true.
Something that stuck out to me on the help screen that you will not take credit for, but I will give you all the credit for all the lies.
I think if I ever revisit this and I make like more levels for it, I might go in and get rid of that, because you're absolutely right.
Because what I'm thinking of is like, well, what if I forget to press the button, then I don't activate it, and then it's like, oh, the door won't open. Oh, that sucks.
The benefit of that is if you die in the level, it restarts back to the time that it was when you loaded in the level. So it's not ideal, but that is kind of a solution. You wouldn't lose.
I don't think I would want to do that necessarily.
No.
I would rather complete the stage that I completed.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Okay.
I'm writing that down. We're gonna put that down.
Good question. Good talk. But yeah, I don't know. He brings up leaps of faith. It doesn't look like things are far enough apart that that's an issue. I do worry about descending. Like, when I fell down here, I'm like, what am I going to land on? Oh, thankfully, developer God put this platform here so I didn't die. Yes. So there's that. But then I also see this down here, so we'll see how much I think developer God later on.
We'll developer guy.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. I stunned that guy. I'm super proud of myself for hitting this guy with a slow-moving projectile. But now I'm down here, so I can't jump on him and just go over the wall. And then fall down here and die because I have no idea what I'm falling on. So maybe I'm better off this way. Anyway, let's see if the camera snaps after the anecdote.
You can do the camera pause at any moment, so...
Okay. I will try to abuse this. But as you said, some of your earlier players did not know it was a thing. So I'm
ignored it completely.
I'm already in the top 10% of players now, right? I'm the winner.
Yes.
I'm the best.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now I'm going to go back to dying. That's cool. It did that thing. The thing you said it would do. Oh, he's coming this way.
I don't think you're going to be able to jump up there. Yeah.
No, I wasn't trying to. I just didn't want him to hit me. Oh, God. Rebooting. All right. Okay, so it gave me back time. Maybe I can do this again.
The timer didn't reset.
Oh, it didn't. I thought I got back time, but not a lot.
No, you did.
Oh, the color. Okay.
Color.
Oh God! Oh! I wasn't ready for that. Okay, cool.
So initially, the death screen rebooting was white, and the way. Hey, there you go.
Oh, I almost did it again because I forgot the platform was going to do that. All right, I'm glad that leap of faith worked.
Real quick, I'll talk about the death screen.
Sure.
So initially that rebooting screen was white, and my friend, or my artist mentioned, like, hey, we have a lot of dangerous things color-coded behind red, and maybe we should make the rebooting red instead. The way Game Maker Studio writes color and text is, it's kind of like if you were to look at a blank Word document, and you wanted to make it bold, size 14, impact, italicized font, you would have to code each one of those things, then write your text, and then code each one of those things in reverse to set it back to what your default is. So what this means when I was complaining about the timer is that I set it to red, and I forgot to set it back to white in the frame of the timer.
So it's like universal markup for the entire game engine?
I actually...
Sounds dangerous.
A little bit. I'm actually kind of surprised that the text on this screen is not red. Because I think it should be, if I'm understanding the way that code works.
Good.
So yeah, I took it down on my notes. Okay,
right.
Washington's on the line.
Read the silence. Read it extra emotionally.
I'm reading it. Yes, sir. I can't enunciate a pause, yeah. 1 moment.
I mean, I didn't either.
Is it still on its... Oh my gosh, typos. Is it still on its expected trajectory? Oh my... That's a terrible tongue twister. Why did I write that?
I missed some of those typos because I tend not to be hypercritical of other people's writing in the moment. I'll come back later and say, wait a minute. But in the moment, since you brought it up.
Appears there's a 5% deviation. ICE is still responding. It's targeting core subsystems, telemetry, communications. I'm shocked we can still interact with it.
T-minus 8 minutes, 36 seconds until impact. Oh, it's happening still. I don't trust this guy.
This is a new enemy.
Okay. I was right not to trust that guy. Oh, what the... So it's like a... Oh, God!
He's modeled after a thwomp.
Yeah, I say he's definitely thwomp-coded. Oh, God! How dare you. Insolent
If it helps, I specifically made it so that doing that doesn't kill you.
Oh, okay. Was it supposed to kill me?
There was definitely a long-running internal debate of should that
Good.
crushing action kill you or not.
Hey, now it's back to white
the
timer.
Camera.
Timer's waiting. Oh, God!
Yeah, the other thing, and this is actually something that I could not fix for the life of me, was the thwomps triggering the respawn buzzer. I don't know why I could not figure out how to get that to not happen. Subsystems are failing. Previously, it looked like it was attempting to shut down the system.
I didn't mean for William to cut you off. What was your... Did you reach the end of your anecdote?
I think so.
Okay. Sorry.
Sound effect is happening on Thwomp. So in the future, if you run into buzzers that you can't find the source of, it's probably a Thwomp that fell out of sight that is respawning.
Oh, okay.
Because I could not disable that sound effect for some reason.
That's cool.
And I just noticed
think it's all sufficiently beep boop, like grating hardware that wouldn't necessarily stand out to me. You captured a sound that matches the aesthetic. Whether or not that aesthetic is pleasing to you, I know you had a hard time with some of these. So I think it works for the setting. I don't know about pleasantness. Pleasantness is a secondary function.
I think what we as gamers have decided is pleasant has changed over the years.
That's true. It's also subjective regardless, even within just this small slice of whatever. So what I just said may be complete bonkers nonsense to somebody else who has ears that work. So, okay. We'll move on from what William said.
And now? I think it's making a run for navigation, and after that's payload. What, like it's trying to reroute the damn missile? Hey, I got like acting with that.
Yeah, you did acting. Yeah. I wish I had acting. But I'm acting at 110% just reading monotone.
Yeah, two horrifically monotone people read voice acting.
I'm trying, okay? You can blame the casting director, who is the same as the director, who is the same as everything else, except for the assets that look or sound good.
Do something, damn it.
That was all caps in every word. Or initial caps.
Yeah, that should probably just be like all caps.
Maybe.
Oh my god. I'm taking the note.
T
Look at your damn dialogue.
8 minutes, 7 seconds until impact. Oh, whoop. What? Okay,
so you can't, you can tech those guys.
Ow. Oh god. I wasn't ready for that. Oh no! Ah! I'm super not happy about what I just encountered there.
Boss, it's on the screen. What the hell?
You skipped half of his sentence.
Nuh-uh.
You gotta stammer emotively.
What the hell?
Okay, good. Did it. The machine is directing you now. You all now listen to machine. Function, search. Purpose. Searching. Searching. Purpose, Weapon. Identified. Evaluating. Evaluating.
That's what you are. You are the weapon.
You said the thing. You said the thing. Purpose. Weapon. Deleted.
I'm starting to have second thoughts about my chosen vocation, boss.
Only now? Also, you chose this?
System completely compromised. Great, so we're screwed. I'm booting in directly, going to try and manually override its manual loop.
Cool. That apostrophe bugs me, though.
Hmm?
You did the possessive, or the contraction it's instead of possessive it's. Since we're on the topic of that.
That'll get me every time.
Every time. It's fine. I do it too. But I call myself out every time, so it doesn't get to people.
Why didn't you try that in the first place?
T minus 7 minutes 28 seconds until impact.
Now, Joe, I do have a recommendation.
Yes.
If you find yourself
pausing like a champ.
If you find yourself getting close to the end of this level, and you don't have a lot of time left, consider falling on like a spike to give yourself more time. Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty ugly, but
I mean, for a player, I don't know about that. I don't know about aesthetically. I have made Mario Maker levels, so I have no room to judge.
Once you get everything coded and set up, like this does kind of become very Mario Maker-esque, laying out the levels and stuff.
I mean, that's literally the intent behind Mario Maker. It's just within a very small sandbox. I need to get back to...
One of the biggest hurdles with this was the blocks that you're standing on are actually just squares with the letter W on it. The ones right there with the spikes that move back and forth are... Yeah, like that. Did I just leave those off?
I wouldn't know. We'll find out when I get there, I guess.
I'm garbage at this.
I mean, that seems like a good way to design from the design standpoint.
Well, yeah, because I didn't have... When I started this, I didn't have art assets. So I had W for wall, I had PB for platform breaking. Those are the okay ones that are disintegrating. I had PM for platform moving. And then I had the spikes were literally just the letter S.
Yes.
The enemies were the letter E.
Kill me.
And then my guy started giving me assets. But one of the hardest things about...
That is. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the layout.
Yeah.
I kind of remember you doing this, unfortunately. So, I know it's going to look very different when I unpause.
No, you're fine.
Alright, continue.
So, in Game Maker, you have something called tiles, where you can put a decorative, in this instance, tile on top of an object, and it'll make it look a certain way. And unfortunately, because of unintentional disagreements with my artist, it was more so we didn't have time to make it look great. I had to lay out all of these tiles by hand, and it was a nightmare because it genuinely took about 4 hours of just painting these tiles one at a time, and it was awful.
I see.
But now we know better, and we're going to do better.
Do we?
Hopefully.
Do we know better?
All right. Okay.
Oh, I'm having second thoughts here.
Yeah, you got this.
Whoops, I pressed the wrong button.
I mean...
Gave me... Ow.
Yeah, this level's hard. I'm actually very proud of this level. Because this was the one... After I had, like, all of the scope reined in and all of the elements that I wanted to use, this was the level I made afterwards. And so it was kind of like the playground was open and I had access to everything.
Whoa! I should have seen, like, oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was going to stop. Oh god. Ow. Ow. Stop beeping at me. Oh god. Up.
Oh,
okay, never mind. Good. I play games. Who says I don't?
Yeah, you did pretty good, actually. You're also... It's very
Considering the game is trying to kill me, I think that's what we're aiming for here.
whenever someone is actually playing this, they always do something slightly different than everybody else. And the one thing that you're doing is like you're freezing all of the enemies, which I kind of dig.
I mean, I figured you get. I wasn't sure if I had enough room. I didn't have enough room to do anything about it, but you know, it made me wonder. Yeah, those W's are still there. Oh, whoops. Oh god, would that have crushed me?
I'm not going to answer that.
Oh.
No, it wouldn't have.
Is it because you don't know?
I think it would have broken the game.
Oh. Oh. T minus 6 minutes, 13 seconds until impact.
Initializing admin override, assuming direct user control. Come here, you little glitch.
Oh,
that's the character's name.
That's our word. Can't use that.
Excellent.
Okay. Oh god! What happened?
He threw you in the recycling bin.
But okay, great. There we go.
And yes, that sound is awful.
Yeah, it's quite a design feat, honestly. He says he's controlling it manually, but he's programming it to patrol. That's not very manual direct control.
Hello, world, indeed.
Oh, I didn't expect
God, that
dialogue
sound is
in the middle.
grating. I'm sorry.
Ah!
Oh. 1 second, I apologize.
Oh, grab success. Oh, is it taking my time? I'm gonna wait, since I may have questions that may never be answered if I mess up. I'm still confused by him sending me to the recycle bin. Obviously, I didn't die. Maybe it just took a lot of time, because I noticed we're down to 3 minutes and 13 seconds.
Alright, terribly
so that
sorry.
might have been it.
Oh,
yeah!
I'm sorry, I have dogs.
I need to install your warning sign. Your apology sign.
I'm sorry, I have dogs.
I messed that up. Okay, so, but to answer my question, since it's happening again, just putting me in the recycle bin just come with a hefty time penalty? Is that what it was?
Yeah. He's just holding on to you and hurting.
Is anything I'm doing shaking me loose? Because I wasn't clear on
that.
That
was on the list of things to add that I couldn't make sense, because if he grabs you and you just shoot yourself out of it, it was gonna be too easy. So no, you can't get out of it. You just gotta wait.
Okay, I just have to take the penalty.
Yes.
And hopefully I don't lose because of it.
It's the trash tax.
Okay, trash tax. Understood.
It does sound like you're murdering R2. So,
hey, that's not fair. Get back here.
When I initially published this...
Hey, we missed your line.
Oh, yeah. Is this starting to feel oddly familiar? Which is the first game I made.
Oh, I see. That's an inside joke that no one else will get. Don't grab me.
You're definitely fired. You might get it in one.
Am I not supposed to? Oh god! No! Stop! Oh god! No! Why am I still getting hurt? Oh, okay. Wait. It's just a
timer. Yeah, it's just right.
It's not doing anything.
Begin. Oh, that's you.
Shut up! You can't be a robot. I'm a robot. Begin recalculating orbital trajectory.
Damn it all! It's completely off the mark. It said orbital trajectory. It just broke atmosphere.
Yes, but could you emote a little harder?
18 seconds. William, you are fired. Yes, sir, I understand.
Wait, is William fired or Gibson?
Press.
Oh, we're talking. Okay, we're talking. I see it.
Yeah, that was the press.
I have reading comprehension. Reading comprehension is hard. You didn't give me a learn to read function.
I'll put that in the sequel. Nuclear aurora in space, huh? Pretty cool there, little glitch.
Scratch?
And That's me. Shit.
Is that right? That's fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much for playing. And then I think it's just the credits. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So, which
did I win? Did I actually win?
This is the good. This is the good end. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there is actually a bad end for if it's 0.
Okay.
So
we'll have to do that.
So before I answer, what do you think the theme interpretation was?
What do you mean? The weapon doesn't want to be a weapon.
You are the So what do you think you were?
I am the ghost in the machine.
What is the machine though?
Are we not talking about the missile control system? Did we not put AI in the 60s in the control system? Yeah, I am not a gun.
So it's very much.
Am I Vin Diesel? Am I Vin Diesel?
You are Shodan aboard an already launched nuclear weapon.
Yes.
Is the idea.
Okay.
So my
was
artist
that
had
supposed
the
to be
idea.
A secret?
No, not at all. It's just I've been horrifically afraid that people maybe wouldn't catch it. Initially, I didn't have the time until impact messages, and that was the easiest way I could think of to.
I do suspect that would have made it harder to interpret. It would have been a little vaguer. Okay, I do like that.
But this was actually my artist's idea. When the jam happened, so when you're doing a game jam, your theme is revealed, or at least for this one, your theme is revealed, and then from that point forward, you have 2 weeks to do your game. For the first day, we didn't do anything. I stared at a blank Google document, just writing down ideas. I'm like, this is such a stupid prompt. It's esoteric. I'm too dumb. I can't think of how to do this.
Your English teacher is fired.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you still get the F.
I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, and then my buddy said well, what about Skynet? And I started thinking about it, and within 5 minutes, I had pretty much written this entire game, in my brain. So yeah. That's
bold credit for you to take and your brain. Good job.
Yeah.
You earned it.
But it was a lot of fun to work on. I learned a lot, and yeah.
Oh, there's your chief rubber ducky, Jeff.
He's the best. I literally could not have done this without him. Thank you.
I thought there was more moral support than just this one. There's just these 2, sorry. I thought there were 3 on the moral support. We're going to be back at the menu to see that in a second.
Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm getting bullied in post.
We'll find out. Thanks for playing.
Oh no, the cat message is still there.
Cat message is still here. Was it not supposed to be?
Nah,
did I break
I think if I remember... No, yeah, unfortunately I don't have an
I have to reload it?
State.
I can do that. The stream will see me rebooting the game. In 1 second. What is the least stupid way to do this?
Ooh.
Hold on. There it goes. I got it to come up.
Maybe. So yeah, this is one of the problems that I have with it that I actually truly don't know how to fix. One of the things with this jam was you had to submit your game via... It had to be playable in a web browser, and
I think that's good. So literally anybody who was watching could play this game right now. That's all I'm doing. I'm using your itch posts.
Yeah.
We'll be sharing that when the stream is over so that you don't tune away and ignore all of my senseless babbling while we dive into
smart.
this game.
I was mid-control V.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I had to get it in front of you and say, hey, who's in charge here? I'm steering the missile. Everyone will die.
Reminds me of my brief game dev college education. I had to BS a way to end the game and cut to windscreen. Yeah, so honestly, so this is the second time I've uploaded it. The first time it had no music, it had no sound. It did go to an ending screen, but if you... all that worked. I actually submitted this 4 hours early because I just reached a point of I could fiddle around with music, but it would be rushed. And you're right. There's 3 people for moral support. Whoops.
Yeah. So you've just snubbed Gold, whoever that is.
Yeah.
Or Gold. Why don't you like Gold? Why won't you buy Gold? Buy Gold. Please don't do that. That's a really stupid thing. Please don't pay that any attention.
Now. We made him.
That's right.
project
I just
manager.
insulted your project manager. Your project manager is stupid, and no one should buy it.
I love the Space Invaders like Strategist 9. I definitely want to do like a scrolling shooting game at some point.
When I did,
my
I had a high school like software development class where teacher had no idea, and it ruined me for life because it wasn't my first programming experience, so it didn't ruin me completely, but it has put a mind virus inside me that will eventually detonate and murder me. Because that class, the software development, was in Visual Basic. So, yeah, that's real. But I did a Space Invaders like also, but it was one where I had to click on the things. So I actually took a sprite sheet from the Super Nintendo Zombies Ate My Neighbors and actually had them animate through all the frames of when you shoot a zombie with like a squirt gun, it just explodes and the head falls and the head also dissolves. So I was pretty proud of myself for figuring out sequential animation within the stupid refresh properties of Visual Basic. That's the hard part. The Visual Basic makes it really stupid. So
I've done this and only this. I've never done any coding. I've never done any development. All of my creative pursuits have been comic books or creative writing stuff.
So I am more of a developer than you. Ha ha ha!
Probably. I've only
I'm
done
kidding.
like 1 year of it.
This is fun though. I like this. I like it better when tools are accessible and available. Because my first like pre-programming experience with programming was, with games that make games. I'm infinitely fascinated by that more than like, can you write a C# program that will calculate physics in real time yourself?
If you want to trip, do you have anything with Ikbin that you want to explore? Do you want to see the bad end screen? Unfortunately, that's going to be us sitting idle. Okay, so in that case,
can't I just keep getting hurt by ice until it runs out of time?
Yeah, you could do that.
So let's do that. Did you have something you want to say before we did that?
No, yeah, go ahead and hit
maybe
it.
While we're doing that.
I can talk during it.
Good. Since this won't take as much focus.
No.
You just destroyed my computer again.
I really regret that sound. Oh, that sounded rad.
What?
I don't know, you said I am very interestingly.
Oh, okay. Maybe it'll be.
You do have to finish this room.
Yeah, I do. Give me the ice. Oh! Give me the ice! Get out of the way, William and Gibson!
So, I have a question. Do you get that joke?
Which one?
The joke of their name.
The guitars?
No. William Gibson is the author of Neuromancer, the father of Cyberpunk.
I've been told I should read that, and I have not.
I was reading that while I was making this game.
Oh, okay.
There's the bad screen. Mr. President, mission successful. Starting to think we might be the bad guys here.
Oh no, are we the baddies? I'm not, I'm the weapon. So,
So, all of my shout out for this whole project.
Enunciate the silence.
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
all of my shout out for this entire game and project goes to Penny. He makes better art assets than I deserve.
And no moral support from Gold again. Get snubbed, Gold.
In my defense, I think that's the same exact. I don't think there's anything.
I know, but I'm just calling it out again because it happens. All right. There are only 2 endings, right?
Yeah. It's just that.
Okay.
Now,
I'm gonna put us back to the title screen.
Well, I was gonna ask, do you want to trip real quick? Like, do you want to see? Go to my itch and bring up my other game. It should be the same screen size, I think.
Well, I had to do some sorcery.
Oh yeah, if you had to do jiggery
you can watch
for
me
this,
do the sorcery in real time. That's fine. People are gonna see a really ugly thing in the meantime.
I'll be honest, it's not worth it.
You get to see that.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll
ramble while you do some math.
The reason I want you to see this. You get to watch me do stupid things. Let's see.
The reason I want you to see this is because I've only been doing this for.
Oh, okay, that's the joke.
The first one. Yeah.
All right, and let's see.
I've only been doing this for like a year, and
this is weird. The way this is working.
Oh, okay, it's not the same size. Shit. Okay.
I I don't know what
Maybe
I'm
not.
looking at, honestly. Like, the game screen might be the same, but it's within, like, a border thing.
Hmm.
Let me see what I can do. I can do some hacksy nonsense. Oh god.
Well, we can see the
Yeah, no,
game.
this is totally different. I'm
Yeah.
not prepared for this.
This game is scuffed, and we can only see half the
What I
screen.
can do is, I know, I can do something I don't like. I don't
Are
like
you
that.
not able to just
Hold
change
on.
it in OBS? There we go.
Well,
She is
sort
changing it
of,
up.
but sort of not. I'm changing things, but it's also hard to.
Look at that
Hold on.
giant cursor. It's back. He's assuming
Can
direct
everybody see
control
that?
again.
Get out of my game, Gibson or William, whoever.
I think
What
William
was
was
I
the
doing?
nice one.
Um, that's what I was looking for. So you can see.
Behind the
Um,
screens.
I mean, nobody else can see that, but I can see
Oh,
that. You see, I'm just gonna.
transform,
I'm
transform,
just gonna transform it back to
and then
reset,
fit.
and
There
then
you
I'm
go.
gonna fit to screen. View. I'm gonna
That should.
slightly. Because this is the full screen, but whatever. That's weird. There's like a margin. I don't like this
Yeah,
white line at the bottom though.
I don't know what's up with that. I haven't looked at this game
Hold
in a
on.
year.
And
Sorry,
there's your
chat.
problem. Yeah, somebody said, let's
It's
take
my
a
fault.
trip.
It's my fault. Yeah.
We're
No,
taking a
yeah.
trip that was not planned for. And then let me see. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do something in real time on stream now. Let's see. The stream or the layout that'll work for this is. Where is it? I have a lot of them. Please bear with me. Okay. I got rid of the cool special effects for this, I think. But it no longer applies, so I can turn that off. And then turn off the color. Color filter is back. We're back to normal. All right, we're just gonna play a game, maybe,
If you
because we're
can, I
filling for
don't
time.
know if
If I
this
can,
is.
we'll
Yeah.
find out. Now you can
So,
see what the stream sees.
does your chat still
Uh,
exist?
oh, my chat is. Why is my chat gone? It should be there. Oh, the chat. The chat is hidden. Oh,
There
that's
we go.
super weird. Why was it hidden? That wasn't supposed to be hiding. Cool. I've
So
got a
the
lot of work
reason.
to do with this.
No, you're fine. You're
Let's see.
improvising this. It's fine. It's fine. It looks fine.
That's cool. All right, so let's see. This is gonna get weird to play for conditions. All right, so let's see if I can play.
So,
Do I need to use keyboard for this?
yes, I think. Yeah, I think it is keyboard.
Oh, I have to
And then you
click
have
on
to
it.
press. You have to
Okay.
press 2 to control the bat.
Let's see.
I'll voice the text.
Okay.
So real quick before we get into this, this was my first jam done last July.
Oh, what?
So this is just a case
Oh,
of showing. Yeah,
that's
we're up
weird.
there. We're the little bat.
I understand now.
Yeah. So the theme of this one was shadows and alchemy.
Okay.
So I made Lost Vikings, where we are 3 familiars and we have to navigate the levels. The reason this game is cursed is that I don't know how to do lighting.
Okay.
So, and I still don't know how to do lighting. So the way that this game was built in order to convey the shadows is if you look at our candle and you look at our black candle and you look at like our black cauldron and then our gray candle, every single sprite in this game has 3 different sprites depending on the light levels. And my poor artist cranked out 179 sprites in 2 weeks for this game.
Why did you do that? Why would you do that?
Because I genuinely I could not think how to light this game otherwise. So
cool.
The alchemist is going to say, now that candle looks ready to light our friend the cat's way. So as the bat, you're going to want to use space to float down. Bat can fly indefinitely, but will gravitate towards the ceiling.
Oh, I have to keep
pressing. Space will cause the bat to descend. You can light candles by hovering over them and pressing S. The bat is the only critter who can enter unlit areas. So
I see. Now I see what's happening here.
So now if you press 1, you can go back to the cat. And the cat can jump up with just space or pounce forward with space and left and right. And he can also push boxes because he's a cat.
Oh, I see.
But careful, if you go out into the darkness, you will freeze.
Oh, okay.
And it will be a reset situation.
I see.
So you've lit the next area for the
rat.
rat.
Oh no. Okay.
And now if you switch, now the rat can climb walls.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
So that is a deadlock. You have to bring the bat over to that candle beside the rat.
Let's see.
He's 2, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Bring him over.
Oops.
And then press S on top of it. Yep.
Oh, I
now
see.
The rat's,
now I know what's happening.
Now the rat can move. Yeah. There you go. You got it.
All right. So let's see.
Now this is going to be funny because the cat, I think, has to move that box the rest of the.
Right. Oh, okay. This is going to be interesting.
Oh, actually, you might have soft locked it.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I didn't. So again, this was me. You don't have to go beyond this level. Like I just wanted to show you this is like a proof of concept. So you see that box with the candle on it that's on the rope?
Yes.
To right. That crank, the rat can actually chew at that crank to drop the box. But now he can't get up there because you dropped him down and he can't get up. Okay. Anyway, so this game is scuffed. It's awful. I may one day revisit it.
It's significantly less fun to play than Ikbin was.
Yeah. I'll tell you that. But like this is what, and I don't like this sounds very self-aggrandizing of me, but this is like what 9
This is your chance to self-aggrandize. When will you have this possible platform to aggrandize? Do it.
That's true. This is what 9 months.
I say when it's my self-aggrandizing platform. Get your own. You do have your own.
I do. I kind of had like a moment when I finished this game, and I was like, this game didn't really impress me. It didn't do anything that I really wanted. It frankly didn't feel like a good game. I was really proud of it, and I was really proud of what I did. There's some. I can see
what you're going for, and I appreciate what you were going for.
Yeah, and that's what I will say. Is kind of that is about what I walked away from. It's like I went out to make this game, but I was sprawling the whole time. Like I was trying to figure out the scope. I didn't have this lighting concept figured out, and I don't even mean coded. I mean conceptualized until like the last 5 days, and then 2 days later I got COVID, and I had the rare symptom of COVID where, or not rare, but it's a lesser known symptom where I lost my appetite. So I didn't sleep or eat for 96 hours while working on this.
Ooh.
I submitted it 36 hours or 36 minutes before it was due. Hi, dogs.
I thought that was the game. The game responded to me killing myself.
I had sound. That's no good. Yeah. It was not a pleasant time. My lovely friend who's a nurse waited for me in Discord for 12 hours. Genuinely one of my best friends. Just kind of like making sure I was good and whatnot. And the moment he saw that my submittal was accepted, he said, "Hey, Scratch, is it done?" I was like, "Yeah, it's done." I was like, "Okay, cool. Now go the fuck to sleep." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. I feel like you need to be told that.
I definitely did. But I am proud of this game because I did a lot of like rookie mistakes with this game that I now can learn from. So that's where the idea of this prep game came from. Is I knew whatever I did when the theme was announced, I'm going to build a platformer. Which is why it kind of made it a little bit more of a wrinkle, is whatever we came up with, we had to make it a platformer because that's what I'd been practicing. And so it sort of became not the question of how do we interpret the theme, you are the weapon, it was how do we make that a platformer? And that's kind of where we moved from. I can't take credit for that animation, that was Jeff.
What just happened? I'm having a hard time interpreting what I'm seeing.
That's okay. It's a bad game. It's a bad game. One thing that I am kind of proud of is I was able to recreate a function in this game from memory, and that is, if you notice the objects that are strewn around the room, those are actually randomly selected from a matrix of possible sprites. And I was able to recreate that for an element of Ik Ben that I didn't wind up using. But I was still pretty proud of myself for being able to code it. But the point is,
I'm not
this
doing
game.
the second stage. I just wanted to prove that I could win that stage, and I did. I am game player. I play game.
This is exclusively me just kind of reminiscing, to be perfectly honest, on like.
Yeah. So I want to put us back in
like
podcast mode
because
with Ik Ben's.
I liked Ik Ben because this game was awful.
Now you can see what it looks like if you go to From Scratch Software on itch.io. You can see what I just wanted to hear this.
It's a really good for a it's not public domain, but for a free to use piece of media.
And then maybe I'm gonna try.
I totally
you can keep talking.
Stream. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. That's if you know anything about VTubing, it's all that. If it's not scuffed, I'm not doing it right. So, all right, we're back to where I was. Oh, I gotta put the filter back on the background. Maybe I'll just. There we go. And then I should be able to. Oh no, you know what? It's not gonna work the same way. Because, wait, maybe it will. Technically, hold on. So what I had to do for this is I brought up the developer panel and I changed the size of the wrapper that Itch gave you to work in, so that it looks okay.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
I do it sometimes on Itch specifically because Itch is stupid. I mean, thanks Itch for existing, but this is not where I want it to be. I went too far, I think. It's hard to see it at this scale factor. Here we are. So all I did was I gave it, what was it? 480. And the height, I changed it to 432. You know, recreational mathematics. No, that's not right. I think I did it backwards. Or no. No, that's right. That should be right. But then why is it like this? It should be 480, not very close to real size. Unless... Yeah, this is not the size. Let me bring that back up. Anyway, you saw that I broke your game in real time. So...
No.
That's the important part.
Yeah, I just wanted to show off like what 9 months of progress looks at. I've never really had a hobby that I dove into as hard as this.
Why is it looking this way now?
Because
I broke it worse than I meant to. This is the wrapper. Open that wrapper. Give me the inner. Give me the...
I'll be honest, this is wild. I didn't know you could do this.
Yeah, it's a weird little thing that sometimes you hope not to have to do. And in this case, Itch left me with no choice but to break it. I murdered Itch live on stream for my own amusement. Yeah, I went too deep. I don't usually... Oh, here it is. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't say pixels. 432. But that doesn't even... That shouldn't have been the fix! That wasn't wrong! But also... Oh, it's because I... Wait, that shouldn't have happened. Oh, it reset the whole thing over here. Oh, right. Let me undo. Maybe I can undo enough times and it'll look right. Almost. Oh yeah, because I did a lot of things to try to... There we go.
There we go. We did it.
Yeah. The power
I do that a lot in my coding.
it.
Of you hit Control-Z enough times and eventually it's like you weren't even there.
Cool. Thank you, rich text. Etc. It's not the way it should be in programming, but it's fine. Cool. So there were only 2 endings, right? We did the whole thing.
Yes.
100%
yeah. You have officially seen everything.
Speedrun any percent became speedrun 100%.
Technically, I think you actually beat Jeff. I think he was telling me that he was able to beat it at 4 seconds. So.
Oh. Was it really supposed to be that close? I wasn't sure.
I'll be honest, I don't know. Unfortunately, I was playtesting this so frequently that I can beat it with like 7 minutes to spare.
Cool.
And
thanks for making me feel good about my accomplishment.
No, it's not even. By the way, I don't think your stream is actually up. I think you're still in OBS.
Oh, for you, the stream is fine. You're right.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, sure.
You had to sacrifice what you can see. I don't think anybody else had to look at my giant mouse. Maybe they did.
Yeah, I had. I can do that. Just because I played it so much.
Right. And that is the general trap of
I'm gonna
stage
tell you
design.
One thing is you can aim the attack.
Wait, what?
If you hold up, he will shoot up. Glitch will shoot the attack up. Yeah. Oh god.
Let me see. Yeah, there's that sound. I feel like you're destroying the ancient ghost of Sound Blaster when you do that. What?
So the funny thing is, I think you actually did that the very first time you were in this room, and then you just never did it again.
What? How?
New Game Plus. But yeah, so I loved Ikben. I loved working on Ikben. I may return to Oddly Familiar at some point, but I'm so.
Oh, whoops.
I'm everything that I wasn't happy about with Oddly Familiar, I fixed in this. Oddly Familiar doesn't have a menu. It doesn't have a credit screen. No, actually, annoyingly, it does have a credit screen. You can't actually reach it. We didn't code the bridge to finishing the game and going to credits.
Whoops. Whoa, so, why am I still alive?
Because you didn't touch the spikes.
Thanks, wise ass.
Whoops. But yeah, everything that I
Wait,
failed.
So can I shoot down through this platform then?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why have you done this? Or why have you not done this?
Now she's speed running.
Yeah, now I'm the glitch in your system.
There we go.
Oh, I need to come down there anyway. I'm not doing a very good speed run.
Pretty good. Yeah, everything that I left unanswered Oddly Familiar.
Oh god.
I answered with this, and I'm so much more proud of this.
Whoops.
Even though this did not ship with music or sound or anything, it was kind of boring to play because it was so quiet, but I learned so much more from this game.
I don't remember
You gotta pause the game every now and then.
I gotta.
You fell right past it the first time you played.
Well, that explains a lot, honestly. There it is. Making me pause the game to play the game. I don't agree with you or anything you believe in.
When I coded like how to do this, initially it was actually a 0 tolerance game. Like if you got hit by ice or by a spike, you would actually restart. And
I can shoot up at a thwomp that's gonna kill me.
Yes, and it'll freeze in place. Yeah.
Mario wishes he could do that.
But when I changed it to just lowering the timer, I kind of just guessed on what the time deduction should be. I think it's
so then this works
10
a lot
seconds.
better. Yeah, I think so. Oh god, stupid platform. Suddenly that room makes a lot more sense. Oops, with some of the things I can do. Oh, that was weird looking. Cool.
Yeah, there's some weird thing where if you get hit by a spike, it doesn't go to game over until it detects the body is moving for some reason, or is not moving.
We have not murdered the body. We have not moved the body.
So another thing, Joe, that I don't think you caught on is that if you freeze them, you can just run through them.
Sometimes I have trust issues with that kind of mechanic.
I
You
can't
can
believe
blame
that
Mighty Number
tile's
9 for that.
missing.
Mighty
So
Number 9
yeah,
gave me... Oh, should I crash the game? Oh, what the hell?
no. Yeah, moving
I
blocks
shouldn't
are
crash the
weird.
game?
The moving blocks still don't work perfectly.
Hey, we still have 6 minutes left. I'm
Yeah, there you
almost
go. You did really good.
on target for the dev high score. You heard it here.
There
So
we
then
go.
if I... Oh god. Well,
Well.
RNG will determine if I die.
Oh god.
Stop!
It's like R2-D2 with a dentist drill.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of like the polisher. Why is it doing... I can't... How am I supposed to speedrun like this? My speedrun is broken before it ever began.
You can actually dodge the grab. You just have to
Well,
move
yeah, but
very
like,
quickly. Yeah.
I would have to know that it's grabbing.
It says grab. There you go.
Yeah, but it says it when it's already doing it, and I'm in its face trying to murder it.
So there is actually a thing where you can, while he's jittery, you can jump on him.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Get tangible again, you asshole.
It's very funny. You're actually the only person to play through this and not complain.
Oh! Wait, I lost.
Yeah, gotcha.
I've negative 148 seconds. Or 1 minute and 48 seconds?
Minute 48, yeah. 108.
Shut up. 108 seconds.
I don't know why it jumped that far. That's weird, actually.
So, yeah, no, we can agree that Gibson just screwed my speedrun immediately.
Yes.
Cool. Well, now I feel like I have interacted with the game in good faith. And then it killed me for it.
It was actually a blast watching you play through this. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why. It was.
I'm actually kind of low-key glad that you didn't tell me during, because that let the whole thing just be. We broke it! Oh. Yeah!
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know why. I don't know why we broke it this time. Probably the negative 108 seconds. 108 is death.
It could be, actually.
Huh. I don't know how that happened.
I don't either. That's weird.
It's all Gibson's fault.
I'm gonna put in my notes to myself.
I'm gonna leave it at this. This is the perfect win screen. This is the kill screen.
Add credits, or no, add loop back to start on game, because right now it just ends the game. But yeah, so
we saw that I can fix that after breaking it.
Everything that god awful game that you played for a second didn't have this hat. And I'm very proud of that. Like, I genuinely...
I did promise you that I would find a new bug for you. I don't think you can fix it, per se.
I don't even know... Yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
I don't know how you would begin trying to find that.
The biggest problem with this is the way it's uploaded, because in order to be on the Jam, you have to upload it to browser. Just as like a security measure, because Pirate Software is a big Twitch guy. He doesn't want a bunch of viruses, and being in
that would be good
security is as his background. He's pretty mindful of that.
Good.
So he requires you have to do it in browser, which Game Maker Studio, the easiest way to do that is with GX Games, which is their proprietary Opera-based game system, and it has this quirk that unfortunately I didn't know about until I published for the first time. That in order to get the game to actually start, you can do it, Joe. I believe in you.
I believe in OBS.
It's my fault for having such a long name. There you go. Here we go.
There you go. If you want to throw your own JavaScript exceptions, you go here.
There you go.
In fact, I'm going to change the color because it deserves to stand out.
Pin it in the chat.
I will also do that.
Thanks for joining us, Strategist. Well, I guess thanks for joining me. You were here for Joe's stream, and then she just brought in this random. And then I baited
and switched to you. That's not a good green.
I hope you liked it. Yeah.
I hope you continue to like it, because everyone will surely go play it now on Twitch or from scratchsoftware.itch.io/ickbin.
It's the worst URL ever.
There's
so much that's hard to say in there. Yeah. There we go.
It doesn't show on chat stream because it's a long thing, but it's in the chat now. If you, it even It's even a hyperlink. Since I have moderator powers, I can post
There we go.
links. But yeah,
Nice.
you can try this game and you can post your high scores to
That
my
is
Discord, to my Twitch chats. You can pester Scratch. Scratch is in my Discord. You
that's
can
true.
pester him to give you a place to post your high scores. Just and go
I
nuts on the
I it
comments for this
is
game.
it
Comments
is
on this game
something that
on
I want to add
itch.io.
is I want to go back to it and come up with a framework for people to post their times. Um,
And see how badly Gibson screwed you over on his RNG.
yes,
You know, like all
yes,
speedruns. That's how you know it's
yeah.
a real speedrun because you're at the
Mhm,
mercy of the
mhm, mhm.
RNG. It's
I
exactly
think
right.
that is the only I think that's the only RNG element in the whole is
Except for whether or not an exception throws. That's clearly
yeah,
RNG.
yeah.
I didn't
Thanks,
do that.
JavaScript. I genuinely can't quantify how that happened. I'm gonna have to think on that.
That shouldn't be in your game though. That should be an itch thing.
Well, then that's what I was talking about.
You would
Is
think an itch
by
wrapper
uploading
issue.
it into browser, there's some
Yeah.
weirdness with itch and how. Because I remember I told you about this when it first came out. Was in order to play the game, you actually have to like open a new tab, and then go back to it. It's something to do with like the way itch understands it. It's really weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would not have chosen this as the vehicle, but it's good. There are good reasons that it is that way, and I can
Yeah.
accept and promote that. Also, it's easy accessible, so there you go.
Thanks,
Uh,
Strategist 9. I do plan to continue
yes, B, go to
going.
sleep.
I don't know if I'm going to revisit this game, but I do have plans on taking that Kid Icarus camera, and I want
Yeah,
to
it's a
make
cool camera.
a platformer that is just one giant room, and really lean into that kind of
Uh,
looking around with the free camera thing.
I
Um,
do have an
sort
example
of,
that doesn't really fit comparison. It reminds me of the camera
yeah.
in like the old Lemmings games where you could look
Okay,
freely around. But that's not a
yeah.
platformer and it doesn't pause. I mean, you can pause and you can look
No, but
around, but that is what
you're
it
absolutely
reminds
right.
me of.
That is actually,
And Lemmings kind of
huh,
is a platformer, but it's a platformer
delayed
indirectly controlled.
pref. Yeah, 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 yeah. No,
I'm
I love
terrible at
Lemmings. That's
Lemmings,
a
so this is not
Lemmings
in
is
my
not an easy.
strong
That's
suit.
not an easy game.
It's it's something all right. Isn't there I'm just gonna show the stupidity that's entailed that I was talking about
Hmm,
yesterday when I was
hmm,
playing. Because I'm streaming, I sacrifice my easy access to the wealth of information that is the internet.
hmm, hmm.
Wasn't the genesis of the company, the development, the developer that made Lemmings, isn't that the one that went on to become like Grand
Rockstar.
Theft Auto? Yeah,
Yeah,
Rockstar.
yeah.
That's insane.
Rockstar is the team that did Rockstar, or that the team that became Rockstar.
Uh huh.
Originally worked on Lemmings. In fact, I know that because in I want to say Grand Theft Auto 4, I think one of the many Easter eggs that they litter throughout all of their games is there's a billboard that you can climb because Grand Theft Auto
Uh huh.
4 had ladders, which I think it might have been the first one that had that.
Ladder technology, cutting
But
edge.
you could climb up a billboard,
I
and
better
there's
call
one
my cousin Roman and brag about my ladders.
yes, there's one billboard that if you stand on top of it and you like find and you like move the camera around, you can find a
Uh huh.
building, and on this building is a series of random pedestrians walking off the top of this building and falling out of sight
Oh,
as a
good.
reference to Lemmings.
That's very
And
Lemmings.
yeah, and I looked that up. It's like, is that a reference to Lemmings? And then I found that out, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a wild career trajectory.
And,
uh,
I want to point out that before Grand Theft Auto, I mean, Lemmings was on Nintendo platforms all the time, no problem. Just saying. Maybe Grand Theft Auto should have been more like Lemmings.
but yeah, no. I loved working on Ben. I'm gonna keep doing stuff. I don't know what. I think so for the next jam, my artist restriction is I have to do a one screen game. So something like Asteroids or Tetris or So something where there's no like multiple rooms or anything. And all of the
As
action
someone who
happens in
recently
one
had
space.
opportunity to re-experience asteroids in a couple of different
Okay.
formats, I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking, how did this catch on? Why did anybody like
It's
this? How does
I
anybody play this?
I loved it, and I actually made asteroids. One of the again to plug Game Maker Studio.
I think I did something like that in Visual Basic, but it was
Mhm.
terrible. It did not work the way I wanted
I
it to.
I don't
But
even
that
like
was
using
more the
Visual Basic for my
limitation.
actual job.
It was the
Like,
only thing that I had access to, and I
okay,
had already finished the class. I did all of the things they wanted me to do to get my grade, and I was just playing
definitely
around
don't
with
look
it
up the
at that
guy who
point.
like made
And I was
Doom.
like testing it,
I'm
see what I
pretty
could
sure
do.
I'm pretty sure there's a guy who did Doom Chapter 1 or E1 Mission 1 in
Uh
VBA.
huh. That
Because of course they
sounds
did, right?
like a thing that I would
But no,
not.
to plug Game Maker Studio again, their tutorials are really good because they exist in multiple formats. One of them is video, obviously, and the other one is you can get a complete text walkthrough of all of their tutorials,
Ah,
which is really good for me with ADHD. Because as
right.
much as I love a video for learning something, when I'm trying to follow it, I prefer the Lego
Yeah,
instruction manual.
there's some stuff, some
And
differentials, and I'm sure different people have different thoughts, and it's good to have both options.
and one of their tutorials is making legally distinct asteroids, and that
Cool.
was the one that I was able to make, and like that really kind of put me just kind of propelled me forward of like, okay, this is cool, but what else can I do?
Right.
And the other interesting thing about GMS is that it has both concepts. It has code, which is what I do,
Uh-huh.
and then it has drag and drop, where you can just
Right.
take chunks of code, modify them, and then do that. My
Mm.
understanding, I don't know how true this is, but my understanding is everything that you could do in code, it is possible to do with drag and drop. Um, in my
Okay.
experience, most people transition from drag and drop. I did because it was very much like, well, I'm already coding. I might as well learn to code. And eventually you kind of start to realize that when you're doing drag and drop, you're already coding, right?
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like, well, you're already saying gracias. You might as well learn how to spell it. It's kind of how it
Right.
comes across to me, at least. But no,
For
it's
some
been a
reason,
fun
you
journey.
talking about drag and drop instead of
Mm-hmm.
coding, it gave me a repressed memory. Back when I was doing
Oh,
the phase of games that make games, the next step logically, I don't know if anybody remembers this used to exist. It was called click and play. Uh,
okay.
some really weird, crunchy old Windows-based games were in it. But apparently, at the time that little Joe wanted to experiment with that, it was already like defunct or on its way to being defunct. But it was a time when the internet was like, couldn't really just like find some abandonware and try to figure out if you even have a way to do anything. I don't know. But that was just a weird, when you say drag and drop, I think click and play. And I'm like,
There's a
ooh,
lot
that's a
of
bad memory. That's a
there's a
bad
lot of
juju buried
coding
there.
there's a lot of coding concepts that are being built around the concept of drag and drop because people are afraid to learn code.
Right.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just I genuinely hit a point of stubbornness of like, well, I'm already doing this and most of the
Right.
forum posts are in code, so I might as
Right.
well learn to code.
And
However, that
you
is
see a lot of that, the the dichotomy between what you can accomplish in code and
mhm,
what you can accomplish using the interface with Unity. Like
mhm, mhm.
most people are scared off by the code blocks, even though they're already there. When you're
Yeah,
manipulating the graphical user interface, you're using your mouse to click stuff and drop downs and whatnot. You're still doing
yeah.
it. You're just not seeing the stuff behind. And I notice most tutorials because you're talking about getting tutorials in video format, which usually I would have used like a manual or something, or just read a wall of text and then try to apply that to what I was doing in a coding environment. But when I'm trying to do Unity stuff, because the VTuber technology that I use is all based in Unity. What can I do to push the boundaries of what I'm doing? I'm like, I don't know anything about Unity, or I can't say that anymore, but at the time, I was watching the videos. I'm like, oh, that's how I do this one specific thing. And most of them are obviously geared towards using the GUI elements because nobody wants to watch like your tutorial of I'm absolutely lost, I don't know what I'm doing. Show me what to do. And then they bring up the code screen and you watch them type code. Because if you're on YouTube, you're probably not looking for that first, but you may be looking for that later. I don't know, it just depends.
No, and
Not that there's
the
anything
fact
wrong
that
with code. There's an entire Twitch universe about game development and
boy
watching
is
people
there
do code,
and
which is
blowing up.
fascinating, and I love to see it. But
Yeah,
also,
it's getting
if you
huge.
are looking on Google, how do I do this? Top video results, you're going to hope that you have something that you can see that looks vaguely like what you're working in. And if
Yes.
you're looking for that, you're probably not looking for a block of code that you could have copied from like the online
Actually,
documentation.
at least with GML, for me it's the opposite. I was getting so frustrated by running into code when I was looking for help that I hit fuck it and I was like, I'm just gonna learn how to code. But unfortunately, I've got to call it a night.
We hit that button when we need to.
Yes. But thanks for having me. Thanks for playing my game. I hope you enjoyed it. And I've got to call it a night.
I do believe that since we spent longer than I thought we would, and it's like 1:15 in the morning for me, it would be rude if I was to start playing Xenoblade, so I'll just play that tomorrow. It's probably better for me to sleep and play Xenoblade.
Sleep is good. As someone who has been told by you that I need to go to sleep sometimes, you should probably go to sleep.
You're still here? Fuck you, go to sleep.
Good night.
Thanks, I'm talking to the chat now. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I don't know that I'll do this regularly, but we mutually bullied ourselves into making this happen.
You'll have to do it the next time I make a game with a character that has a voice like yours. There you go. That's the rule.
How dare you? You're now going to design me into every one of your games?
Oh yeah.
You're going to code me like one of your French girls? God damn it.
I hate that.
How dare you? I'm leaving the exception thrown the entire burger break. I'm going to set the burger break, but in case people tune out even more than they already were, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to my guests. Thanks to Jeff, who's about to eat a burger in the face. Fuck you, Jeff. Et cetera, et cetera.
Fuck you, Jeff.
It's cool.
But
yeah.
Anyway, have a good night. Thanks for having me. Good night, Joe.
Good night, everybody. I was going to have the bass line from Ickbin playing this whole time, but this JavaScript console is just way too attractive.
No, it's way too funny.
It's way too good. I crashed
went a lot
your game as the last act.
That was a lot better than I thought it was. I don't know why I expected it to go poorly. None of it was you. It was all I expected my game to break. But it was a lot of fun. And I will definitely
we're in the green room.
Show off the next one.
I did put us in the green room while the burger break was happening.
You dork.
I only caught you thanking me, and that's important.
That's
you can thank me all you want.
Well, thank you. But I must go to bed myself.
Thank me. Yes, go to sleep. Yeah, it's even earlier for you.
Yes.
So you go to sleep now, and I'll pretend like I went to sleep before we streamed. Because we were supposed to have done this like 7 hours ago.
Shh, don't say that. Go to sleep.
Okay. All right. Good night.
Adios.
Have fun.